Hey everyone, Chris here from Finland Mennonite, back for another session of Midweek Musings. This time that we slow down and remind ourselves of one truth from the previous week's sermon and scriptures that we were in. And this last week, we were back in the book of John, and we saw Jesus himself compare himself to Jacob's ladder, saying that you will see angels ascending and descending on the Son of Man. And so we were talking all about ladders, right? Pastor Jerry, and even referenced Jesus as being the only ladder that matters. And so as I was thinking about ladders, as I was musing this over after hearing this sermon, here's what I came back with and how I want to help remind you as you finish out this week. And here's where my mind went, to this classic game, Chutes and Ladders. Right? Chutes and Ladders. Now, maybe you've played this game. If not, here's a quick understanding of it. Is you spin this little number thing with an arrow and you move your piece throughout the game. If you hit a ladder, you get to climb the ladder to wherever that takes you. But if you spin and hit the top of a chute or a slide, you come tumbling down back to the bottom somewhere. And so it's this frantic game of trying to get to the top the fastest, to be the first one to the very top by climbing ladders, but also by avoiding or sometimes not avoiding these pitfalls. And wow, if that's not a great analogy for all the ladders of this world. I think of corporate ladders, maybe social ladders, perhaps ladders of influence, ladders of power, maybe career success ladders. Like, we have all kinds of ladders that we are encouraged to follow. And here's the problem with all of them. We can fall off all of them, right? We can stumble. We can come crashing down. And unlike the game, these ladders, they never end. There's always another rung that they're trying to convince us to climb to, right? There's no peace on these ladders. There's no lasting satisfaction on these ladders. It's always anxiety. It's always work harder. It's always give more. And again, one misstep, and just like hitting that slide brings you all the way back to the bottom. That's what these ladders do to us. That's what these ladders of the world will do to us. And there's even an amusement park game called Jacob's Ladder. And I love this game. It's a lot of fun to try, but it really illustrates this as well. See, these ladders are all deceitful. They promise all these things, but really in the end, they don't deliver. This is where it comes back to Jesus being the only ladder that matters. See, our work will always fail at one point or another. We will stumble at some point. And yet Jesus, being God in the flesh, he comes down and he says, no, I'm that ladder. I'm the ladder that matters. Meaning, I'm going to do the perfect work. I'm going to live perfectly righteous. And then I'm going to die on a cross and I'm going to be buried in a grave. And after I resurrect from that, if you believe in me, if you follow me, I'm going to give you my righteousness. I'm going to cloak you in my righteousness. And so we think of that. What other ladder possibly offers anything close to that promise, right? His righteousness leads to everlasting joy, everlasting satisfaction, a here in the moment presence with God, our creator. Like no other ladder comes close. And so this is why we say Jesus, and Jesus alone is the ladder that matters. And so here's your reminder this week as you go through, as you finish this out, as you go to school, as you play on sports teams, as you try to move up and succeed in the business world, or whatever it is that you have going. Stay focused on the only ladder that matters, right? This doesn't mean we don't kind of participate in these other ladders, but we don't put our ultimate satisfaction in those. We don't put our identity in those things. No, that belongs solely to Jesus. So as you finish out your week, here's my question for you. Which ladder are you focused on? Let's focus on Jesus. Let's follow him. Let's put his words into practice. And let's live out what it means to ascend the only ladder that matters by trusting Jesus, following Jesus, living for Jesus, and sharing him with everyone where we live, where we work, and where we play. Be blessed.